Let me acknowledge first yung mga nandito po ngayon from our media group, Mr. Aquilino Yokot, the President of Negros Press Club, DGCast Negros, our representative, Ma'am Carla po, Miss Carla Canem, and from Bacolod, Sunscore, Dirty Radio Filipino, Action Radio, and Miss Manay Espina, and from Tanyag News, si Ma'am Carla and Sir Nico din po, and Inquirer dito sila ngayon. Also, our representative from professional organization, Dr. Jose Edmundo Gayoles, the President of National Medical Society. Palakpakan ko natin, Dr. Miguel Sabanda, President of National Medical Society. Dr. Angelo Minicante, President of Philippine Dental Association. Miss Bethel Basina, President of Philippine Nurses Association, Negros Occidental Chapter. Mr. Edgar C., President Bacolod Filipino Chinese Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Frederick Yap, President Bacolod Filipino Chinese Junior Chamber of Commerce. And Mr. Ronnie Lopez, IPP, Rotary Club of Bacolod North, DOD Bunkers Club of Bacolod. So we will start po our press conference po.
Sound check.
Salamat po sa question. Nung kinuha ko ni Isko Moreno, siyempre ang usapan namin, ako bahala sa kalusugan, siya bahala sa ibang mga issues. Pero alam naman natin sa politika, bago tayo sa politika, nakita natin maraming mix and match. Meron na nakikita natin, meron ding Robredo Sara, meron ding Robredo Soto, or may ibang mga combinations din. Kaya sa akin, kung ano mang ginagawa nila, ako diretso pa rin. So, hindi ako nakikipag... I can work with any president. Sino man manalo, okay na sa akin. Pero syempre, prefer to see Mayor Isko Moreno. But I can work with anyone. I can work with Senator BBM. Kausap ko siya before for a long time, mabait siya. I can work with VP Lenny, Manny Pacquiao, or Senator Lacson. Kilala ko naman sila. So, sa akin walang problema, tuloy-tuloy lang ako. Siguro mas mahalaga yung announce namin bagong tandem Bagong tandem namin ni Dr. Carl Balita. Ang tandem namin, kayo ang breaking news, Doc Willie, Doc Carl, Health Tandem. Doctor ako, cardiologist, si Carlden, doctor in education, and nurse. So, focus kami sa health sector kasi halos pareho yung mga mission namin, yung message. Tsaka matagal na kami kaibigan. Hindi lang to para sa May 9, tuloy-tuloy itong partnership natin. Problema ng kalusugan, matagal naman. So, bahala sila mag-mix and match. Basta ako, tuloy-tuloy ako. Kailangan may integrity tayo sa buhay.
So, sir, you shouldn't believe in the surveys that you're lagging behind. You should just, whoever is supporting you should just go ahead and continue supporting each other. And also, sir, can I ask both of you how you would pitch yourself to the voters? Why should you vote for you?
Yes, ma'am. Anong outlet kayo, ma'am? Radio, TV?
I'm with the GCAS Negros to the Inquirer, sir.
Yes, Inquirer. Gagaling ng mga tanong niya. Inali mo pa yung taga Maynila. Yung taga Maynila, kung ano doon natin ang... Unang-una, ayokong... Ang style ko kasi, ma'am, hindi ako naninira sa ibang tao. As much as possible, maraming bagay sa politika na tunay, pero hindi natin pwede sabihin. May mga bagay na you cannot say it kasi iba baka matamaan yung mga interest ng iba Kung hindi naman kailangan isiwala, hindi na lang isisiwala. Pero alam namin, napakahirap sa aming bago, di ba? Lalo na dyan sa mga survey, dyan sa mga sa media din, sa coverage, marami pa nilalabas nilang numbers. Ako tuloy-tuloy lang ako. Wala namang kaso kung gusto ng tao maniwala doon, pwede sila maniwala. Di ba? Nasa kanya naman nila yun Sa tingin ko, dapat hindi tayo gano'n tumingin mataas o mababa Hindi porke, ay mataas na. Palagay natin yung anak natin sumali sa singing contest. Ay, anak, di ka mananalo, ganun pumasok dyan, di ba? Pag may tiwala ka sa tao, mataas o mababa, it does not matter. Di ba? Ako, si Dr. Carl, kahit anong number niya, it does not matter. Kasi, ang nakikita ko yung future niya. Ano kaya niyang gawin Obviously, ang gastos ko lang sa election, wala pang 1 million. Di ba? Isipin nyo na lang ilang billion ang gastos ng iba. So, peso per peso, wala akong babawiin. At nasa tao na, kung gusto pa rin nila bumoto ng mataas o mababa, I think it's really up to them. Kasi hindi rin ako tumatanggap ng campaign funds. Last ko na lang, bakit hindi ako tumatanggap ng campaign funds? Ako yung mga billionaryo sa akin, hindi ko naman sila talaga lulugiin. Babawasan lang natin bonte yung kita at lalakyan lang natin yung kita ng nasa baba. Diba? Moderate the greed lang, diba? Sabi na naman, moderate the greed.
Ganun yung magkakampanya for me. But now that they're not here, so let me do the talking. Why should Filipinos vote for me? Because I'm a very unique candidate. I'm the only licensed teacher. Right. I know education better than any other candidate in this zone, and I know that. I'm the first nurse and midwife to run in Philippine history. And you know that the biggest sector has always been nurses and midwives, both in institutions and to many micro-enterprises. And that's exactly what resonates with all the three crises happening now. We have crisis in, first in health. And I happen to be a dual licensed health professional. No one else is. Number two, there's a learning crisis. And I happen to have achieved the highest level of academic education in education. And I know education like the palm of my hand. And number three, economic crisis. And really the driver of the economics, in the local economic, at least in the microeconomics, has always been the micro, small, and medium enterprises. And I stood for them for many years. I became their partners for many years. Why should I be a senator? Because no one else in the list has the credentials that I have and the interest to save the sectors that have become our frontliners. The health frontliners, the economic frontliners being the MSME, and of course the learning frontliners, the teachers. We want to save these heroes of the pandemic times. And it happens to resonate with my being. So yun ang gusto kong sabihin. And why vote for me? Because it's all in every election that you find technocrats like me who's offering myself. I have to admit, I have to tell you that I was not allowed by my family to run in the beginning. But because I want to be part of the solution, they allowed me in one condition that they will be my moral compass. And then the sector pushed me harder to where I'm heading. And similar to what Dr. Willie says, it's not about our numbers, but it's about our offering to the Filipino people. Now, I have a theory that the Filipinos like new ones. Just like a sick person, you need to do blood transfusion. We are the new blood to be transfused in government. I know exactly what blood transfusion is all about. And number two, because we're new, we can come up with more innovative ideas, especially in the areas of expertise where we operate. And today it was announced, this is breaking news for the information of our friends from the media. This is breaking news that today a tandem is born. That's the Willie Dr. Carl Tandem for Health. And the reason being is we saw for ourselves that our tandem, our partnership shouldn't end in the election regardless of the outcome. If we will be lucky that we will both win, definitely Philippines will have better professionals for its healthcare. If we lose, it should not stop us from doing what Dr. Willie did for the past 27 years of his life, offering himself for free. You may not know that Dr. Willie Ong had been in the free service of his expertise as a cardiologist, as an internist, as a medical doctor, as a master in public health, together with Dr. Lisa, okay, for 27 years. Hindi sila naniningil. And can you imagine that kind of service to the Filipino people? Now, if the Filipino people, 17 million followers, his 17 million followers will be blinded by politics and will be guided by their political choices, apart from the fact that pinakinabangan nila yung service na yun, wala kaming magagawa. But at this point, we're fighting to win, and our winning is going to be a victory of the Filipino people as well. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning. The will to do it is with the name of Dr. Willie, and the news is with you, the Balita. No? So,
The will to bring the good news.
the good news is with the tandem, no? So good health for everyone. What will be the programs that will benefit Bacolod and even Blessed when you both win the seats that you're aiming for?
Make it context.
What programs and projects that will be for Bacolod and Negrenses if both of you win the election?
Yes, opo. Kahit saan po kami pumunta, sa Bacolod, sa Iloilo, sa Aklan, talaga yung healthcare talaga ang number one na yan ang hinihingi ng mga mayors, ng mga governors. Nagtataka sila bakit hindi umaabot. It's as simple as a free check-up. Like, kahit saan kami pumunta, may libreng check-up pa kayo, nanay, tatay, at least kung saan niya ako ilalagay. Hindi naman tayo kailangan mag-spare tayo. Like right now, ang first priority ko siyempre tapusin yung pandemic. Hindi nyo alam, may bago na naman Omicron. Meron tayong original Omicron, meron tayong yung second, yung stealth Omicron, at may bago pang Omicron ngayon, nagsama yung original at yung stealth XE Omicron. Meron ng ilang kaso nito, hindi natin alam kung gaano kabilis. Ito, sana naman natuto na tayo sa 2 years. 2 years, di ba ano nangyari? Walang mapuntahang hospital, walang makuhang gamot, walang makuhang doctors and nurses. Hopefully, in 2 years, sana nagtayo naman tayo ng isang hospital, di ba? Ang usapan namin ni Isko Moreno, kung mananalo siya, we need an infectious disease hospital sa NCR para mabawasan yung surge sa NCR para hindi na umabot dito. And we will build 17 regional hospitals, pwede i-upgrade yung mga regional hospitals. At least may heart center dito, may dialysis, diba? Kaya hindi na kailangan pumunta sa Maynila. We will do it in stages kung magkano lang yung kaya ng budget. Ayoko naman, hindi po ako impractical na pahingi lahat ng budget sa agriculture, ayusin natin. Pahingi lahat ng budget sa education, pahingi lahat ng budget sa health. Hindi. Kailangan matuto tayo sa scarce resources. Sa konting pera, ipaparami natin kung maililigtas kung ano meron. So sa pandemic, number 1, sa healthcare ng tao. And kung meron pa ibang mga papagawa sa akin, walang problema. Okay din ako sa Department of Education. Magaling ako magturo. Tingin ko sa pag-ikot namin, mga kababa, si Dr. Carl gagawa sa libro pangalan t-shirt, diba? T-shirt na libro. Makbong Senator t-shirt, panalo yun. Kahit saan pumunta, they just want. Majority, money now. Meron kami isang expertise, diba? Pero lahat ng fields kaya namin. Nag-aral ako 18 years. Ito, lahat ata pwedeng aralin. Inaral na, 3 degree, diba? Sa tingin ko, enough naman yung utak namin i-solve itong problema sa politika.
There's an impending crisis in human resource. Check nyo po ang mga ospital, ilan ang mga nurses nila, ilan ang healthcare professionals nila, versus ilan ang aalis in the next 6 months, versus ilan ang graduating from colleges of healthcare, nursing, and etc., medtech. If you will compute, we might lose our nurses in the next 2 to 3 years, considering that the world needs 5.6 million nurses by 2030. And the demand for healthcare, and by the way, that data even started before the pandemic. And you can just imagine the equivalent in their money. And sa kotse, bahay, you can imagine. Even migration of the entire family as an offer. Now, that's something we cannot match. And that's why I'll be proposing for an omnibus positive practice environment act, which is a law that will not only offer good salary but will provide good working condition. Ako ang challenging the media. Good working condition for the actually a major component of positive practice environment is security of tenure, career progression, continuing professional development, and many others related to the work, to the job itself. I'm challenging you, punta po kayo ng hospital, punta kayo ng public hospital, itanong niyo po kung ilan sa kanila ang job order. And you'll be surprised, a lot of them, maybe half of them, are still in a contractual employment status with government. I'm just talking to the government first. Then go to the private sector. There's no way the private sector, the private hospitals can pay the salary that government is able to pay. Medyo mataas kasi. And with all the problems with PhilHealth, payments, etc., ang laki ng issues natin sa healthcare. Now, ayoko mag-ising sa umaga na yung mga nurses natin ay either pipigilan para wag makaalis or maubos sila dahil they become the best choice of the world. So we want to take care of that. More scholarship for health professionals. We have to save those who have dropped out. Marami pong third year na give up sa nursing and other courses kasi mahal na. We have to bring them back to the mainstream so that their supply chain will continue. Hindi ako po kontra kung gusto talaga nila mag-abroad, pero we have to ensure our supply chain. Now, sa education, may malaki tayong problem. There are 4 courses that should bring us to EdCom 2. As you will recall, there was EdCom 1 in 1990, and EdCom 2 should be